Hey guys, this is Dr. Hill from Rayford Animal Wellness Clinic. I had a great conversation with a pet parent the other day, and I thought this would be a cool thing to maybe talk about. It's the hot topic of CBD. I was talking to Joe's dad. Joe is an adorable Yorkie, so cute, and he's so bouncy and happy. But when you watch him walk, you're like, ooh, he's older. He's dealing with some serious arthritis and he has other medical conditions. So, as I'm talking to Joe's dad, we're talking about a time when we had to take him off, and he's still off non-steroidal anti-inflammatories. Those were helping his arthritis, and he was much more active, but he developed ulcers because of other medications and other conditions he has, so he had to be taken off. So, as we're talking, Joe's dad says, and I'm watching him run around, and he says, yeah, he started running around again. I started giving him CBD. Joe is doing great. So Joe's dad had a friend who makes it and said, hey, give this a try. And it has made a huge difference in Joe's quality of life. And older pets are so dear to my heart. I love the older kiddos. I have a senior cat named Dexter, and I have a senior dog named Dottie. And they are so special to me, and, you know, the others that I've had in the past. So to hear that was super exciting. And to know he was chasing his ball again. Are you kidding me? This dog, it was just amazing. So it brought to mind that I've had so many people tell me that they're using CBD in their pets. The frustrating part for me is I can't. So the law says that I'm not really supposed to recommend it, that I can talk to you about the positives or negatives and you can make that decision yourself, but it's actually illegal for me to carry it or recommend it. That's frustrating. And I think mostly because enough research hasn't been done yet. But I think what we do see so far is it does seem to be pretty safe. So I feel comfortable talking to you about it and giving you some ideas of what to consider if you want to start using it, and hopefully help make that a little easier. Joe's dad is using one called blossompet.com. It's blossompet.com is the website. There's another one I saw called Innovet, Innovet, pet.com, and Ellevet, Ellevet. So of those three, Ellevet is probably the most expensive. And the reason for that, they have done research with Cornell University. So this one is probably the most actual, like they took their stuff, they studied it, they made sure it was safe, it didn't have any THC in it, which is something that people are concerned about, obviously. THC is the active ingredient in marijuana. It gives you the hallucinogenic effects, and some people don't want their dogs to have it, but to be honest, I have a crazy dog named Timmy, and if he got a little, maybe that would be okay. No, not just kidding, just kidding. So some of these products, you do some of the questions, some of the reasons that I can't prescribe it necessarily at this point. The FDA still has questions about whether it is safe. It feels that it's not well regulated. So different companies, when they started testing, a lot of different products had differing amounts, and it didn't match what it said on the packaging. So they have still some questions. And then for actual safety concerns, let me go over what I found so far. Liver disease. So there are two approved FDA products for people. They're used for seizures. Now, keep in mind, seizure for all you guys with seizure kiddos. These are rare types of seizures. So all seizure animals are not necessarily going to respond to it. If you want to try it, great. It's again pretty safe, so you're probably going to be okay. But if you really have a dog having more than one seizure a month, please, and you're my patient or you have a veterinarian, talk to them, because we do want to get medication started. The more seizures, the more they continue, and we need to stop that. And this CBD may not be strong enough or do enough for your kiddo unless they have this weird genetic, condition. So that it's supposed to help with. So definitely keep us posted. Sorry, off topic. So back to CBD. The main thing, okay, back to safety, sorry. Safety, so liver, they saw liver enzyme increases. They have seen this in some dogs as well. Not as much, I think, has been done in cats, so we're going to keep an eye on that. But they did find alkaline phosphatase did increase in some of these dogs. What does that mean? So far, that is not correlated with clinical disease. But how long term are we talking here? And have we done studies out 10 years of them being on it or something like that? I don't think we know yet. But so far, it doesn't seem to mean there's any liver damage. But we keep that in mind. And if you are a pet parent that really wants to make sure everything is fine, it is not going to hurt to do some lab work every once in a while. That's a good idea anyways. And let's just make sure that those liver values are staying normal, or if they do rise, it's only to a certain degree and it's not continuing, or we're not seeing any other signs. So I think that's a good thought. And my other thought is, okay, so they're worried about the safety of it, but what about the safety of the other meds that I might use for arthritis for your kiddo, right? So non-steroidal anti-inflammatories are going to be my most common arthritis pain med. I've had pets on them. We probably used them on yours. When they got spayed and neutered, we probably used them, right? It's like us taking a Aleve or aspirin or something. In general, relatively safe, very safe kind of, but every once in a while, if you have a clinical condition or you're just one of those individuals that don't respond well to that drug, it can be deadly. So the same thing can be true of our pets on non-steroidals. We do need to, even though we consider it very safe, we need to be very careful. And I'm going to do a whole nother video on non-steroidals, so don't worry for arthritis. But for today, the CBD, I think there's the risk-benefit ratio that we're always looking at, and I don't feel like so far CBD is any more risky than a non-steroidal, and probably less, to be honest. And when they did research, some of these dogs responded to the same degree they did for a non-steroidal drug that I would try with them. Keep in mind, CBD I do consider a drug, it's working on the body, but then why not, if it's just as safe or safer? So we still want to know whether it's completely safe, and we're still monitoring that. So keep your ears open. I want everybody to be thinking, okay, how safe is this really? But so far it seems to be. The things that we could see, or the things the FDA, again, are worried about. Liver, we talked about. It could affect reproduction. Okay, I work at a spay neuter clinic. We fight to keep animals out of shelters and to get everybody to spay and neuter so we don't have to worry about pet overpopulation. So I'm not as worried about that one. But if you breed your dog, if you are a breeder and that is important to you, maybe this isn't a great choice for yours. So just something to keep in mind. That's what they've seen in people. Okay, and then tummy upset's another possibility, or them just being tired. Yeah, okay, sometimes that might be okay. I have another dog named Charlie that I'm like, just relax a little. So these are considered side effects, but of course, depend on your pet and how they respond to it. So yeah, I think CBD is really exciting, and I think there are times when it could really help these kiddos out. So if you need more information about it, talking about safety. Another issue was there was some question about heavy metals, finding some heavy metals in some of the CBDs. So, but I think in the study it was like 4 out of 29, and almost all the products that I recommended, or I didn't recommend that I mentioned have studies. So they show you the studies that they use to prove that their product is what it is and is safe. So I like that about these. And if you go to another product, just check, talk to them, okay, what do you do to test your CBD to make sure it's safe for my pets? So I think that's all I got. I'm excited to hear how you think it works on your pet. Like I said, so many times I talk to somebody, they're like, yeah, I already got him on it. Nobody tells me until I just mention it, like, oh, you could try this. So you guys, let me know what you think and how it's working on your kiddo. I will say some seizure or some arthritis patients it's not enough. They need additional medications. So it's not the end all be all. We have other things. But if you try it, let me know. I'm excited to hear. All right. Well, thanks. I hope that's helpful. We'll talk to you later. Bye.